halfway through Agatha All Along by man. Anyway, I'm a song and dance man at heart. You always got to perform for you folks, whether you like it or not. But okay, so with the Acolyte, I tried something different. I decided, all right, let me do, because I don't want to do the vlog stuff. I don't want to do episode by episode by episode, particularly for a film, a show I wasn't really enjoying that much. But I decided, let me do like half the first half of the season, and then do the second half. And that actually seemed to work a lot better in for my favor, because I still want to talk about these these series when they come out. So I think doing a half first, half later is good. But that being said, with odd number of episodes in the series, technically let's just do the halfway mark at 5. So Agatha All Along, the follow-up to WandaVision. Look, Disney, or sorry, I should say Disney, Marvel specifically, has been in a bit of a rut between his TV shows and its movies a little bit. Not to say it's completely gone or anything like that, but it's fair to say it's at its weakest point. Guardians of the Galaxy was good, but I liked the Marvels, but it was not so good. It was Marvel's first real big loss in a long time. But then Deadpool 3 comes out and kicks all the ass. And now we have Agatha All Along. And luckily, the show is really good so far. Is it, right now we're only halfway through the series, but is it one of the best things Marvel has done as a TV series? It's good. I'd say it's better. It's certainly better than Hawkeye. It's better than She-Hulk. See, I actually really liked Moon Knight, but I admit they needed like one more episode to wrap that up. That ending was so rushed and a lot of unanswered questions. Definitely better than Secret Invasion. Right. See, without the series being over, I couldn't tell you where I really rank it. It's not better right now than the original WandaVision, though. It's not better than Loki, at least season 2. I think season 2 of Loki is better than. Actually, you know what? I'll say it. I think this is better than Loki season 1. Season 2 of Loki is far better than this, though, so far. Miss Marvel's still better than this, though. Falcon and the Winter Soldier falls into an odd one. I like that one a lot more than other people do, but I just didn't like the Flag Smashers that much as villains. But like the conflict, the two of them working off each other, I did love that. So maybe I'd put that right now on like, this is somewhere in the Falcon Winter Soldier territory for me. Now, again, where that falls for you might be something different. But, I mean, I think the show is off on a really good foot. I will say, I did just get finished watching episode 5, which is why I decided to do the video now. The last episode, while still good, now raises even more freaking questions than the last couple episodes. It's like, what the hell just happened in that episode? Now, seeing as we are in the episode now for a little bit, we'll talk spoilers. Obviously, I like all these actresses playing it. I love Catherine Hahn as this character. She still just owns it. I love the fact, too, that it's still kind of doing the WandaVision thing, where it's doing with different styles of TV, different types of shows. It starts off kind of like the Mayor of Easttown, and like real crime drama, only for us to realize, oh no, she wasn't actually driving, she was in her house because she gets into the fake car she had. Then it turns out the crime scene was nothing more than flowers. The police station was nothing more than a library or her house, I believe, or something like that. Like, I love all of that. And I love the fact that I love Aubrey Plaza and her relationship with Agatha. I love, like I said, I like the character, like the kookiness of, can't remember her name, actress or character, but her, I like the potions, I like all of them, but right, as I said, Agatha and Aubrey Plaza are kind of two stands out to me. I also like Teen, allegedly Billy, but we'll talk about that in a little while. But no, it's Rio and Agatha that at least like leadish characters. Obviously, Agatha's the true lead that are really sticking out to me. Particularly, I like the fact, and this is how you can tell that people who are talking about, they shouldn't be throwing gayness in our face, are biased and bigoted as hell. Well, maybe not bigoted, but no, it's a little bigoted. They're a little bigoted as hell. Because I haven't heard now I'm sure there are whiny bitches on the internet about this. I haven't heard a damn complaint about Agatha and Rio being at least a same-sex couple at one point, about being lovers. I haven't heard one single complaint Again, I'm sure they're there. If I were to scour the internet, YouTube, I'm sure I'd find it. You all know why? Because it's not the problem that you have representation. Representation is not a problem. It's the fact that it's actually well written. It's also not the focal point of the series at this point. Like, we're not having them suddenly just make out hardcore or just do it or anything. It's like, gay, 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 gay. No. Agatha also had a son, so she's clearly her sexuality doesn't matter to her. She'll bang anyone or anything. It doesn't matter. And I like the fact that this is actually, I think, one of the first really open, same-sex relationships we've seen in Marvel. And it's portrayed well. Like that scene at the end of episode 4, where Rio basically says, I have a scar, she's my scar, and Agatha is, has to just kind of, she's vulnerable. For the first time in a while, she's vulnerable. And her and Rio just kind of actually share a real tender moment, and Agatha's about to kiss her. It's like, he's not your son. And so I just like the way it's portrayed. I really do. And like I said, I like the fact that we're carrying over the Wanda style format of it being kind of like a different era of TV or a different style of show. We had the Mara Easton in the first episode. We had, I believe it was Big Little Lies was the one they were doing for the Potions trial in the third episode. The fourth episode, they were doing some sort of 70s show, not the 70s show, but you know what I mean, some sort of 60s, 70s rock jamboree show, like maybe a Donnie and Marie kind of thing. And then this one, it was basically like an 80s horror slasher kind of thing, which was really fun. I know one episode coming up in the remaining 4 is them dealing with like the stereotypical witch things, like being dressed up either as the Wicked Witch of the West or as Glinda the Good Witch, things along those lines. Now that all being, and I like the different types of trials too, like that last one and the ballad of the, down the road, down the witch, like doing a rock version of it. I like that a lot. I like them just doing the thing. So seeing the demon was really cool. That said, the episodes could stand to be maybe a little meatier at points, particularly this last episode. Like, this last episode wasn't even 30 minutes. It still felt like a complete episode, but I won't lie. It did feel like it was kind of quick on its heels. It did feel like it was kind of quick on its feet a little bit. Like, we took our time figuring out what was going on in the first 2 trials. This one, we're like, oh, Ouija, okay, let's do this. And look, maybe Agatha was born bad, but I'm actually not going to lie. Agatha's mom comes off a bit like a bitch. I'm not going to lie. I get it. Agatha had to hold the Darkhold, but to say she was born evil, yes, you're a witch. You theoretically can sense that. But you could see the look on Agatha's face when she said that. Like, she was legitimately hurt when she said that. And so that tells me that Agatha was not born evil. She might have been corrupted by the influence of the Darkhold, but she was not born evil. And I think that's just a bitter old spirit that, just can't deal with that shit. Can't deal with the fact that maybe she failed as a parent. And I think, you know what? That might be a really good counter to her. Is because the trial, I have a feeling, bear with me on this, her trial isn't actually over yet. Because Yada got out of there, but okay, so we get to that final scene in the most recent episode. They're on there. Let's just call him Billy for now. Teen, because they haven't named him yet. Teen. Teen starts kind of digging it in, and then Agatha goes really dark for what just happened there. Like, she apparently accidentally, well, who knows, killed. I can't remember the Protector Witch. I can't remember her name. I'm sorry, but I'm wondering if there's something up. There's got to be something up here. We still got 4 episodes, first off, so we still got a lot of plot to go through. And there's plenty of shots from the trailers where we've seen a lot more Rio, and she's her. If the identity of her is what the toy leak revealed, I'm not saying what that is. That's a toy leak that's not been revealed yet. I am really interested in seeing how that's going to play out, because it really, It adds context to so much when you realize how she's been acting, how she's been reacting, a lot of her dialogue. Like if the reveal is what it's going to be, then I'm very interested to see how it's going to play out. But I'm really still up in the air about whether or not he's Billy Kaplan, basically, whether he's Wiccan, one of Wanda's kids. Because as a lot of people, one of my pundits has pointed out, Wanda didn't have kids in this universe. So that right there is a problem. Now, granted, we are in the multiverse saga. Whether you like it or not, we're in the multiverse saga. But you like that answer for why Billy could be here. We're in the multiverse saga. Well, then I hear the answer, well, no, but the kids in that dimension were the same age. Yeah, but is time congruent throughout the entire multiverse, or could there be a universe where one of her kids is older? Because he's mentioned both his mom and his dad. Now, that is a problem. But at the same time, in order for one to actually have straight kids, she would not marry Vision in a reality. Or he's been magicked by someone else. Like that. There's a lot of questions still going on here, whether or not he's even Billy. And I'll be honest, when he had the little crown on there, but with the green shirt, I'm like, are you like a young Loki? What's going on here? Because honestly, those powers he did were actually something Loki would do too. But I think the Billy thing is a red herring. I don't think he's Billy. He's also, I don't think, Nicholas Scratch, because we saw that Nicholas Scratch was kind of communicating from beyond the dead in the Ouija game. So I don't think he's Billy Kaplan. I think he's someone else. I don't think he's Mephisto either. I'm not exactly sure who he is. If I were to put $5 on it, like I had to, I guess I would say Billy for the time being, but I don't know. And then there's the whole question of what the hell happened in that last scene, because Agatha gets all like, are you sure you're not like, you're just like, your mother, and she's got to kind of come along, pet. She's acting like very weird, even for Agatha, especially Agatha after just coming out of that. And Rio's not with them, by the way. And then the two of the other witches throw her into the bog and she sinks down there. But then he just tosses them in there as well. And they look like they're like under mind control or something like that. That's the thing. They're just And the minute they grab her, she starts like reacting. It's like, what's going on here? What's going on? Like something just completely off with that ending. Now I say off. Doesn't mean that's a bad ending. Let me be very clear. But what I mean is, I think next episode's going to, obviously it will, but it's because we got to continue the story. But I think next episode's really going to key us into what just happened in all this. Because we see in other promos, they still have other trials to do. And we see that her and Teen are back together at one point. It's just them at one point. We'll see, like, again, other stuff from Rio. So it's interesting to say the least on where they might be going here, because this is a very up in the air ending for this episode. I'm very curious to see what we get next week. But anyway, that's my thoughts on currently right now on Agatha All Along. I'm enjoying it immensely. It's got a great spooky vibe for this time of year. It's got a fun energy to it. I love the actresses. I love all the performers. It's got some great visual effects. It's also apparently made on a really reasonable budget, which is good for Disney. So right now, I feel like we're starting to ride the Marvel high slowly but surely. We had a huge up crest with Deadpool, and honestly, I think we're not continuing to go up because this isn't better than Deadpool and Wolverine, but we're still like we're still riding it. Like, yeah, we're still going. Hopefully, Captain America: Brave New World can continue the momentum, because if Captain America, and then I think Daredevil comes out after that. If we can go into Captain America and then Daredevil season 4, Born Again, and they're both at minimum as good as like Agatha or Deadpool or something, or if they're both at least like MCU good, I can now officially say Marvel's back. Marvel's back, baby. As it stands, I'm not ready to say Marvel's back yet. Marvel is in a good state of recovery, though. Deadpool and Wolverine didn't save Marvel, but it reignited, I think, a lot of fan passion for Marvel, or like fan excitement for Marvel. And now Agatha, I think, is still carrying that torch very well. Like a lot of people are enjoying Agatha from everything I'm hearing. So right now we are riding a bit of a high. so we can get at least 2 more. I think it has to be at least 2 more. 3 more, I'd say Marvel's looking good. 4 more, Marvel's back. That's my conditions right now. We're going to see, though, what ultimately happens down the road. We still got 4 more episodes down the Witch's Road. We'll see what happens. Till then, though, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next one.